Music
huh?
TV. Music TV.
Blessed risings, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that the Keep It P podcast is a global show. And today we'll be discussing Deshaun Watson settles with all but 4 civil sexual misconduct suits, attorney says. Well, that was verbal gymnastics. Shout out Jay Lava, not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you how to think. Hello, Nick Lizzo. We'll get into this and more after a message from our most esteemed colleague, Kendra Blackwood.
B1 to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the US government immediately make anti-black racism a public health crisis is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing 2 critical components. So what is anti-Black racism? Anti-Black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation, racially targeted laws, beliefs, attitudes, prejudice, stereotyping and/or discrimination toward foundational Black Americans. What is a public health crisis, you ask? Well, a health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographic areas, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Health crises generally have significant impacts on community health, loss of life, and on the economy. And ultimately the solution to the problem, it is imperative that the United States government declare anti-Black racism a public health crisis for foundational Black Americans. In 2020, as a community, Asian Americans experienced only 287 hate crimes nationwide. However, FBA in the same year suffered 2,871 reported hate crimes. As we know, those are just the reported accounts according to the F.B.I. As foundational Black Americans, we know that the number should reach in the billions daily. This resulted in a 94-1 unanimous decision to pass into law an anti-Asian hate crime provision to make Asian a protected class. With anti-Black racism being thousands of times more prevalent and permeating within the fabric of America, we ask that you sign this petition to say we are sick of studies and commissions to study forums and meaningless holidays and nothing burger symbolic gestures. We demand the U.S. government to urgently disperse the first initial reparations cash payment of $20 trillion to the surviving descendants of American chattel slavery. AKA, cut the damn check. And I mean that. Jack. On my ancestors for real for real. I proudly digress. Anyway, check out the new Slave Patrol documentary. Pull up season on you sucker MCs. Don't forget to join us on Patreon. I got 4 words for you. Go grab a shirt. And love, peace, blessings and Meloa. Be
Music TV.
This article is done by Tyler Greenawalt. It's from Yahoo Sports. Again, Deshaun Watson settles with all but 4 civil sexual misconduct suits. Attorney says, we're going to let this buster say a couple words. Who's reporting this? And then we'll get into breaking it down for you.
Breaking news. Tony Busby, the attorney for the plaintiffs in the Deshaun Watson case, the 24 civil lawsuits that have been filed against Deshaun Watson, the lead attorney for all of the lawsuits, Tony Busby.
Remember, civil, because they took it to 2 different grand juries to try to get criminal charges. And both times they were denied. So what does that mean? Does that mean he's not guilty? Does that mean you didn't have enough evidence? Whatever it means, right? It means he's not a criminal, period. But whoa, Nelly, slow down. He's a black man. We got to get you for something. You got all that money too? Oh, no. Now, you know y'all been offering happy endings. See, you didn't go to the right one, Deshaun. You see nothing happens to you if you're Robert Kraft. Didn't Robert Kraft do the same thing? In fact, didn't criminal charges get brought? Huh? And then they were dropped, ain't that? Where's the civil suits? No civil suits though, right? Right.
We just put out a statement about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots. Yeah, he got a little tuck-in pool too, P. That it seems like there was actually proof. The charges dropped. For Deshaun, they wouldn't even bring charges because they were so flimsy. So this is what you call a money grab.
That all the cases against Deshaun Watson, with the exception of 4, have been settled. He talked about the brave and strong women. One of them that got it all started, Ashley Solis is her name. And Busby said at the time.
So she want the most money, bottom line. I started this, and this the motherfucking thanks I get. So let's just say she probably want 5-10 million or something. She trying to eat for life. She like, nah, this nigger here. This nigger wanted some of this white meat. He gonna pay. He gonna pay for some of this white meat, P. See, you give me my initial money's worth. Because you're not telling me somebody just going to the tug and pull and like, you gonna do this. A black man, come on. To some white women. Go ahead, girl. Make that happen. You better do it. What? If not, here, I'm just going wacky all over you. Come on, fam. You can't even walk past a white woman without getting a reaction 50-50 at a time, and she gonna move her purse over. And now I'm just gonna skeet on you and think I got no repercussions? Get out of here, P. Get out of here. I'm just gonna force my nuts all in your face. I can't walk past you and you feel comfortable, but I'm just gonna whip it out and force my penile on you. Get out of here. And that's why 2 grand juries. Hold on, you think 2 grand juries in Texas wouldn't have wanted to fry him? Hang him up? Right. If there was just a little bit, they'd have fried him.
Of that one phone call over a year ago, she was one of hundreds of calls seeking legal assistance that our firm gets weekly. She mentioned the case about Watson. They felt offended by the response from Watson's original lawyer. He said the law firm was convinced to try and help her as a result of Ashley's own but brave voice. Soon, many women who...
Hold on. So is this the lawyer's fault? Deshaun's previous lawyers? Like, beat it, ho. We ain't doing nothing. Huh? Where she might have just wanted an apology or something? A little fake apology? Because you said you was going to call her and you didn't if she gave you the nip tuck, the little pulley jerky. If she jerked your turkey, you was like, yo, I'll call you. Knew that she was a mud duck and you had no intentions of calling the little white scallywag. The little trailer park from Anoka. You wasn't going to hit her up and you knew that, but she had you went ahead and jerked your turkey. Huh? You didn't learn from Mike Tyson? And that was a sister. Used the term. I don't even use the term for her. That's why I get in the air quotes. Robin Givens. Come on, man. And the other chick. You came up to my room and you, at the beauty queen or whatever she was, you came up to my room at the 4 in the morning. No, because you gave him some nookie and he said, get out, biatch. Y'all can't be doing folks like that, especially the P. But you really shouldn't be doing your queens like that. But then you put yourself in not be treated like a queen. Don't be surprised if you don't get treated like a queen. And I'm not excusing. We don't do no demonization over here to black man. But listen here, I'm not giving cuz a pass. Little horny toad. He thought he was part of the club. He thought he was part of the club with Robert Crafts and them, and we get turkey jerkies, and that's it. And that's what we do, because we football players, P. So when I say jerk my jerky, that's what it is. Ain't gonna mess with no chicks, because everything's on camera. Everybody want to post it. I get it. You thought you was going to some professionals, but you got to know where to go, P. Where you can get the little turkey jerking and it's acceptable, P. Don't tell me the homies don't know where to go, or maybe you ain't got the right homies. Maybe your surroundings are all Chuck Lees and Mad Maxes, sir. Maybe you need to get your circle together,
But
sir.
allegedly same conduct were emboldened to step forward. He talked about the dreadful experience, the vile criticism, and fanatical ignorance that they have endured throughout this entire process. The truth is, without her courage and willingness to come forward, the NFL wouldn't currently be contemplating discipline. There would be no examination of how teams might knowingly or unknowingly enable certain behavior. Sports teams...
Stop, man. Stop. Where was all this at when my man did the black chick like that, P? And his girl and went bananas and his head ain't right. Where's all this when the white players be dropping the N-bomb, P? Where was all this smoke when folks was breaking, Aaron Rodgers breaking COVID protocols? And where was all this accountability and all this at? Where was all of this when Cap was taking a knee talking about accountability for what was going on in the league? Where were you at, sir? You took this case to 2 grand juries in the heart of Texas against a black man on behalf of white women, and it got kicked out. That hurt their heart. It's because you have nothing, sir. Money grab.
wouldn't be reviewed.
And I hope these was the best little bust-offs you ever had, Mr. Deshaun Watson, because it's going to cost you a pretty penny. So I hope these little jerky turkeys was worth it, P.
reviewing their personnel screening processes, and this important story would have dominated the sports headlines for more than a year. Today, I announced that all cases against Deshaun Watson, with the exception of 4, have settled. Where he said that the law firm was convinced to try and help her. As a result of Ashley's lone but brave voice, soon many women who had allegedly experienced the same conduct were emboldened to step forward and talked about the dreadful experience, the vile criticism, and fanatical ignorance that they have endured throughout this entire process. The truth is, without her courage and willingness to come forward, the NFL wouldn't currently be contemplating discipline. There would be no examination of how teams might knowingly or unknowingly enable certain behavior. Sports teams wouldn't be reviewing their personnel screening processes, and this important story wouldn't have dominated the sports headlines for more than a year. Today, I announced that all cases against Deshaun Watson, with the exception of 4, have settled. We're working through the paperwork related to those settlements. Once we've done so, those particular cases will be dismissed. The terms and amounts of the settlements are confidential. We won't comment further on the settlements or those cases. As stated, Ashley Solis is one of the heroes of this story. Her case is not settled, and thus her story and that of the other 3 brave women will continue. I look forward to trying these cases in due course, consistent with other docket obligations in the courts.
So really, he was
Tony Busby on that. Ashley.
So really, this was a negotiation. Is essentially what we got going on here. So now, based upon what the other women got, it was all this lone hero, and she deserves what she deserves because she stuck it out. All of the ridicule, we're making waves, we're changing this, we're changing that. We made moves here, people. We made moves here, people. She looking real Asian to me, P. See, this is what I'm talking about, P. Yeah, you gave her the ill treatment, P. That's what happened, fam. You gave her the ill treatment. She knows she did that, P. And it wasn't her first time doing it, P. But you were supposed to be showing her some love, and you didn't, P. I can see.
This was the first woman to step forward well over a year ago. Her case certainly has made headlines. A lot of the details from the depositions, including the one that Watson gave, have certainly made headlines. Watson noticed that Solis was crying at the end of their session, their massage session. Watson said in his deposition he didn't know why she had cried. Solis said Watson intentionally touched her during the massage with a body part that shall remain nameless, but I think we can all assume what it is here, just afternoon time on this day. Asked why he sent an apology. The text was, "Sorry about you feeling uncomfortable. Never were the intentions. Let me know if you want to work in the future. My apologies." Watson testified he sent the apology because she was teary-eyed and was trying to figure out what was going on.
How does he have her text? So what are these, private masseuses? Fam, come on, man. So these are private massage therapists that come to your crib. So you came to my crib. You're in my crib. I'm naked. And I put my Peter on you, and my Peter swiped you and touched you, P. Is that what we're saying here? My Peter could have inadvertently touched you. This is what we're calling sexual This is why 2 grand juries refused. And you can talk, oh, there's 23 of them. I'm sure there was probably more that slundered in. Come on, man. When the snakes are slithering, come on, P. When the money is hot, come on, folks, run for the money. Stop. Don't act like you don't know that. Stop. We see it all the time. That's why if you put even your kids are slithery. You put out a pumpkin full of candy on Halloween and say, just take one. You gonna go up there with kids. Some parents is gonna say just take one, but more than half of the parents is gonna let their kid just grab how many ever. And this is grabbing how much ever. You got your hand in the jar and you're grabbing how much whatever.
So I assume that she was uncomfortable in whatever reason. We talked about working in the future, and so I said we work in the future, just let me know, and then I sent my apologies as to whatever reason she eyed for. So that will be moving forward, and cases will be moving forward, and I guess other...
Look, he said in that. He don't even know what to do. He's like, that's what happened? So she's trying to get $5-10 million because I was naked while you're giving me a massage at my crib and my Peter inadvertently touched you, P. And then I apologized like, oh, my bad, fam. I asked if you're okay. I said, my bad. I mean, what more can you do? If you're getting naked, there's going to be some inadvertent touches, P. You didn't go back. He didn't hire you. You didn't go back. I'm sorry about that. What, you want millions of dollars for that? Wow.
Cases can be filed, if I'm not mistaken. There is a 2-year statute of limitations on this. So now, again, the 4 other cases in the NFL will be on the clock. And Watson has taken 20, I guess, of these cases and settled them. And no one's going to be talking about it. And he swore he wasn't going to settle, but he has. And I think the court of public opinion is ruling every single day, banging a gavel. I know I have here on this set. And for him, that means for 20 of the cases, the questions asked of him, he's like, they have been settled. I can't comment on it, as opposed to the word salad that's come out of his mouth and made things far worse for him. And the question is, has he lied to the league? Is he the Browns in any way, shape, or form? And if that's the case, or if he's dissembled, or he's avoided.
Why he had lied? No, his first attorney should have told him just to settle because it's cheaper, and you know that, Mr. White Man. That's why corporations settle nuisance lawsuits all the time. They figure if it's going to cost over $10,000, just give them a little funky $10,000. Stop it.
Then he will hear about it. But he swore he wasn't going to settle, but there's a settlement. So that's the latest on that, and we now await.
Did he swear? What is he, a politician? You don't hold nobody else's feet to the fire. You're just football player that plays football swore he wasn't going to settle. Come on, man. Politicians ain't keeping their word to you. You talking about a football player? Get out of here.
Everything else will fall into place from the league and what might come of that. But I don't think just the mere settling is going to have him avoid any subject matter from the league to suspend him. As you know, the league has said that they believe it's going to be significant, and I believe it should be, based on everything that you see here.
So nothing for
and
Robert
I should
Kraft.
mention again, no criminal charges have been filed in the case. But these are civil cases that are still outstanding. And so is a ruling from the league on how few games Deshaun Watson.
No criminal charges. No criminal charges. Boy, y'all want to be part of the league so bad.
Could not be more happy to have the head coach.
That's what happens. And that's what happens. When you join these clubs and you want to be part of the team so bad at any cost, and you start to shun your own. Well, guess what? We not doing that no more, P. You're going to have to hold your own chicken wings, Deshaun. Just out the anti-black racism in the whole situation don't mean I'm riding with you, P. I ain't riding against you, but I definitely ain't sitting there rah-rah sis kumbayaing for you. I'm glad they didn't take you down. You know, I'm happy for you, brother, in all regards to that. But this what happens when you align yourself with the others. That's what happens, Chief. So what did we learn today? One, when you try to pretend you not one of us, it don't matter. You still gonna get treated like one of us, and you gonna get the shell shock. You thought you was like Robert Kraft from the New England Patriots, the owner, and he got his turkey jerked, and you thought you was gonna do the same. Because you thought you was the same. They led you to believe, because you can throw that football, that you wasn't black, and you believed them. You was like, I know black. Like Draymond Green. But you are, sir. See? And we would have had your back. We ain't throw you to the wolves, but like I said, you're going to have to hold your own chicken wings, Jackson. But let this be a lesson. Y'all want to be part of the country club and try to do away with your heritage and your ancestors, and then don't be surprised when you get played and filleted. And that's it. And then don't try to jump back ship. Be forgiven. And you can. It's going to take a lot. But you can't Stacey Dash us and think you coming back, P. Homie don't play that. But I ain't going to hold you. I'm just going to mold you, fold you, and scold you, because we done told you about being on code. 4 words: love. See, that's that love. Peace, this piece, and that piece. Sometimes you need this piece to get that piece. Blessings. Give some, receive some. You need some. And Maloha, y'all. Coming around, baby. And he comes back. And take these commercials. We got to pay some bills. Make sure you pay attention. We need them peoples peeping. And sign that petition. Your granny need to sign it.
Be careful for her love, she like.
Hey, Riri.
Hey, Rihanna. Hey, girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the cocaine. I know that might sound a little confusing.
Call me when you need a friend. Call me when you need someone to come through with that loving baby, baby. I'll be the one to get it from the back. You be pulling on my body, baby. There ain't no need to answer the phone, 'cause I got you where I need you, baby. Face down in the bed, and we can get it